What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, man, my name is JR, and I did 10 years in the Georgia Department of Correction, man. And I share prison stories, man. I let y'all know what was going on while I was behind the walls. Now, this story today, man, this took place when I was in Jackson. This took place was like 2 weeks. It was the first week we went to the commissary. This thing popped off, man. So, like I said, the whole procedure, once we had hit Jackson, man, and we going through diagnostic, it was a couple of guys I remember specifically. It was two white dudes, man. It was Brandon and Carl. They was pretty much sitting together, walking and talking together the whole time. Every time we moved to a different section, they was always together. So when they had them brought us to the dorm, bro, they brought us to the dorm like I told y'all. When they brought us to the dorm at Jackson, everybody was throwing up gang signs, bro. You walking into a whole different world. You see all type of crazy looking dudes, tattoos in the face, throwing up all type of gang signs, shirt off. Everybody just looking wild and crazy. That was Jackson, bro. That was F House. And these two little white dudes dead end up coming in there with me. And like I said, these guys were throwing up gang signs. You had ghost faces out there. You had all type of people out there, bro. Bloods, Crips, GDs. You had a lot of Muslim there. So it was a good amount of us that went in that dorm, bro. Like, as we going in, you know, some of the guys that was affiliated, you know, some was affiliated with all type of different stuff, so they instantly clicked up with their people, bro. Me now, I went to my room. When I went to my room, put my stuff down, I seen that Carl was coming to the same room with me. You know what I'm saying? He ended up coming to the room, putting his stuff down. So I was like, man, he's like, man, this look crazy, man. Jamaica, man, this look crazy. I was like, yeah, it's kind of crazy right here. Brandon, he actually went like 3 doors down from me. He was with him and a dude named NC. They end up going in the same room or whatever. So, like I said, bro, the first day, it was kind of crazy. I told y'all I seen the little Asian kid, the little Korean kid. He got stripped for all his state property, bro. They robbed him butt naked. They left him naked, bro. All he had on was his boxes in there, bro. They did him kind of dirty. So that kind of got everybody spooked. That kind of got me on edge, bro. I was already on point. Like, when I seen them step to him, I was just standing by my door, posted up. Now, Carl, he was in the room. He was looking crazy. I remember after the stuff happened, we was in the room. He was like, damn, man, you seeing that? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, that's crazy, man. He was real scared, bro. Like, the way how he was talking, he was real nervous. Words was breaking up. He couldn't believe. He was like, man, ain't no way these dudes just did that, man, about some state property. He was like, man, we don't even got no food. We just came in. I was like, yeah, bro, it's kind of crazy. And it was crazy, bro, because they took jumpsuit or t-shirt, socks, all the little petty stuff, bro, all the little new stuff that he got. That's what the little dudes, that's what they took away from him. So like I said, Carl was pretty shook. So you know what Carl did, man. Like the next day, I seen Carl, he hanging out with a whole bunch of white dudes. And from the tattoos I seen, I knew that these dudes was Ghostface, bro. There was Ghostface. So later on that night, I was asking him, I was like, damn, boy, you finna line up Ghostface, ain't it? He was like, yeah, man, I'm finna goddamn become Ghostface, man. I was talking to the guys. They was like, they could protect me or whatever like that. So I'm like, protect you? I was like, bro, ain't nothing really going on in here like that. Let me not put it like that. Dude's getting robbed for state property. It's definitely a lot going on in here. But I was like, bro, ain't nobody really targeting you or nothing like that. He's like, man, you just don't understand, Jamaica. For a little white guy like me, I gotta join something, bro. I've been hearing this since the county jail. And I was like, bro, I've been hearing the same thing since county jail, bro. Guys was telling me in order to make it in chain gang, I had to join something. You know, I was kind of like, get a form of understanding of where he was coming from. But the real understanding was Carl was scared to death, bro. Carl was scared. And he decided that he was going to be Ghostface. So like I said, he started hanging around with the Ghostface dudes. And once him and Brandon used to be cool, bro. Because Brandon used to come down to the room and talk to him. I guess Brandon was kind of like, damn, I'm kind of like in the water by myself. I'm one of the only little white dudes in here that not rocking with nobody. And I used to see one of the, it was this big white dude in there. Big white dude, man. Big as ever, man. He had two lightning bolts in the back of his head, and a skint bald head. And I was like, damn, I wonder what he is. And Carl ended up telling me. Carl was like, yeah, he's A.B. So that's when I was like, damn, I thought all y'all white boys was the same thing. He's like, nah, you got ghost faces, you got A.B'S, which is Aryan Brotherhood. Now, I really didn't know nothing about them like that. I mean, I heard about them long time ago, but I didn't know that they was like in the Georgia system like that. And he was like, yeah, bro, a lot of the white dudes in here are A.B'S. and majority of them was ghost faces. So I was like, damn. And he was like, yeah, man, Brandon said he finna become A.B. And I was like, but I remember that big old dude always pulling up on Brandon. He always down there talk to him. He might just come around on the range because he didn't stay on this side of the range. He stayed all the way on the other side. Like I said, this how the dorm is set up when you go in Jackson and F House, bro. Once you go in, you enter right there, you have one range down here, like range 1, range 2 over here, range 3 up here, and range 4, bro. So this is 4 ranges. And when you walk through it, they got a little alleyway, not a little alleyway, but a little pathway through the middle. Once you go through the middle, you can walk upstairs or you can walk downstairs. The showers are in the middle, open showers are in the middle downstairs. And once you go to the back, it be pretty much the same thing, bro. It's the same thing around there. So that's how the dorms are set up. And mind you, it's one officer in this dorm, bro. So I'm talking about, it's like 400 and something people in the dorm, bro. So it's one officer sitting at this little desk in the front of the dorm, bro. It's all type of crazy stuff going on in here. It's full on pandemonium every day, bro. It's something crazy going on. So I was like, man, this is kind of crazy. So I had met a Jamaican dude, Dread. He was in Jackson too. Like I said, I used to pull up on him, and me and him would sit down and chop it up. You know what I'm saying? He was telling me like, man, he been in there a couple months. He was like, man, it's pretty smooth. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, guys know who to target. They know who to mess with. And like I was telling y'all, when I first got in there, I had done linked up with a Haitian cat. He was running with the Hispanics. He had done sold me a tool. You know what I'm saying? I told him on store day, I'ma straighten him out. So as time go on, bro, this the thing with Carl now. Sometime I come to the room, I might be around there with Dread. I come to the room, man. It might be 10 white dudes in this room, bro, packed in this room. So when I come around there, and I'll be trying to get in the room, they be like, my bad, man. So I was telling Carl, I was like, look, bro, you can't have all these folk packed up in the room like that. I understand them, your homeboys or whatever, they trying to line you up. You trying to become Ghostface or whatever. And he was like, yeah, man, I understand. I ain't gonna have all of them in the room like that or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool, man. I was talking to him. He's like, man, bunkmate, they finna line me up tomorrow. So I was like, damn, that's kind of fast, bro. We only been here like 4 days, bro. Like 4 days. He was like, yeah, they're gonna do it when they go to the yard. Anyways, bro, we end up going to the yard that day. It was our second time going to the yard. So I was over there playing soccer with the Hispanics. You know, I finally get a chance to actually go outside and run. While I was in the county jail, bro, the only thing you're gonna do is go on this little indoor basketball court, bro, where they got a 15-foot rim. You know what I'm saying? They got a 15-foot room up there. You can't go outside. You can't really see outside like that, bro. So this was a good opportunity for me to get outside and exercise and stuff like that. So while I'm outside there playing soccer, whatever, I look over the side. That's Carl over there, bro, getting beat up by a whole bunch of white dudes, bro, ghost faces. So I was like, damn, they probably jumping him in or some stuff like that. And that's exactly what was going on. They was jumping him in. When we went back to the dorm, when I went back to the dorm, boom, I see he come back. They take him to another room to clean him up and all type of stuff like that. He was already cleaned up, but I guess they went to go doctor him up and all. So he came back. I was like, damn, man, you finally did it. He's like, yeah, busted up. You know what I'm saying? Lip busted up, nose fat as hell, looking like one of them the nose that the clowns be having. Yeah, one of them nose. That's how his nose was looking red. I was like, damn, bro, you sure your nose ain't broke? He's like, nah, man, they said it ain't broke. They say I'm gonna be all right. I said, damn, bro, that's a hell of a price to pay if you want to join something. I said, bro, that don't make no sense. Why you gotta beat me up for me to join something? That don't make no sense, bro. If you beat me up, I'm gonna feel like you have something against me, and we gonna have something the whole time, bro. Even if I do become your brother, I'm still gonna remember, like, damn, you the one that hit me dead in my snot box in my nose. I'm still gonna remember that, bro. And at some point in time, I'm probably gonna try to get some straightening. I might call you out for a one. But he's like, nah, man, it's good, man. He's like, man, I'm gonna heal up in no time. I done got my ass beat in the county jail plenty of times. So I was like, damn. What's your name now? What they name you? He was like, man, they call me Baby Ghost. Man, listen, man. I was in that room laughing. I said, Baby Ghost? He's like, yeah, man, they call me Baby Ghost. I was laughing. I had to stop because I didn't want him to feel bad. You feel me? I know he was just scared and he just wanted to be a part of something because, bro, 95% of this dorm, bro, is a part of something. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, dudes pretty much knew who to mess with, bro. And that's one of the things I noticed once I hit Jackson. Guys, they smell fear. If you go in there and you nervous like this, bro, and you got your head down on you, bro, they going, yeah, we gonna try him. We gonna try him. And I remember Brandon came down there the next morning. Brandon was like, damn, man, they whooped your ass. And he was like, yeah, man, they whooped my ass, but I'm Ghostface now, man. I'm Baby Ghost. I'm Baby Ghost. He always say that. I'm Baby Ghost. He just in the room. I was like, man, he's off the chain. So Brandon was like, yeah, man, that kind of got me scared. So he's like, what you scared about? He's like, man, I seen how they whooped your ass. He's like, the A.B'S was pretty much going to do the same thing to him. That's what's going to happen for him to get down with the A.B'S. And I was like, man, y'all folks is crazy, man. I'm not taking no ass whooping like that, bro. I am sorry, bro. I mean, they could fight back, but sheesh, bro. Them guys ain't built like they had some big old white dudes out there punishing him. And after that, bro, they used to come around and they used to, they show love to Baby Ghost, man. I ain't gonna lie. They kind of took care of him. He never be in the room, bro. He always out and about. Sometimes you see him walking through the dome with a big old wick. I'm like, bro, where you going with that wick? Oh, I'm finna give one of the Ghostface brothers a light. Really, nah, he was pretty much kind of like a send-out boy, too. He was running all the errands. He'll go get light, go over there, go get this, go over there, go get that from that person. And like I said, as this time passed by, bro, I kept seeing Brandon with that big old dude that I told you had the 2 lightning bolts in the back of his head. And I was like, damn, Brandon for the goddamn B.A.B. And one day I see they came and got Brandon. They came and got him. But I thought they were finna jump him in to the way how they came and got him. Like, come on, what's up, man, little brother? And that's how they was treating him. Boom, they brought him around there. So I was telling Baby Ghost, I was like, damn, they finna probably do it to Brandon now. He's like, nah, they ain't gonna do it, man. He got to learn a lot of stuff. To become A.B., I guess the procedure is more longer than to be Ghostface. So I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. So he's like, yeah, man, but Brandon is real scared. I'm like, shit, he good. Them folks goddamn protecting him or whatever, man. He good. And Brandon had a roommate. His roommate actually came in with us, bro. His roommate name was NC, dude from North Carolina. And this was the same thing that was going on with Carl, bro, aka Baby Ghost, and Brandon. That was the same thing that was going on with NC, bro. I started seeing NC walking around with a lot of bloods, specifically the Billies. You know what I'm saying? That's who he was walking around. So I was like, damn, they finna line him up too. He was pretty much kind of by himself, bro. And he was a young dude, you know what I'm saying? Tattoos and all type of stuff. So, as soon as he went in, Brandon was telling Baby Ghost in the room that these folks had them pull up on him. You know what I'm saying? The Bloods had them pull up on him like, man, what's up, man? What you got going on? You should line up and this, and the third. But they really kind of pressured him into lining up. And he was like, he was going to line up or whatever. And with him, you seen him a couple days later, he was busted up, bro. I don't know when they actually had done jumped him in, but he was kind of like stayed in the room for a while. When I seen him, he had 2 black eyes, bro, looking like a raccoon, all black around here, looking crazy. And I heard one of the Billy dudes, they were like, what's up, Blaze? And they started calling him Blaze. I was like, damn, these dudes transformed within a week, bro. We ain't even here a full 7 days, bro. You had one dude, bro, that became Ghostface. You had one finna become A.B., and you had one lined up that was Billy that came in with me. And then you had the Asian kid who they robbed, bro. And now he started rocking with the Hispanics, bro. You feel me? Because he pretty much couldn't fend for himself. And I was like, man, this is crazy. But it be guys in there that will pass by you, guys be like, man, what's up, bro? What's up? Be like, what you now? Like Jamaica, bro. So you pretty much became associated with a lot of people in there. A lot of them was cool. A lot of the gang members too. You pretty much just understand the situation that was going on in here, bro. So I remember the first store day, bro. We went to the store, whatever. We went up there, collect our stuff, boom, collect our little bag. So we came back with our little bag, and in Jackson, you had to actually walk to the store. You walk up the hallway, go to the store area. You get them your GDC number. Once you give them a GDC number, they put whatever in. Boom. You get them your little store sheet. They scan it. They go pick your stuff up. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Now, Brandon, he had a big bag. I ain't gonna lie. When we walking back, he had a big bag. So when I was walking back, bro, it's all type of random dudes. This dude's coming out there, bro, that ain't even going to store. It's dudes from other dorms. And like I tell you, some of these guys be looking crazy because a lot of them be on the cream. A lot of them be on all type of other stuff. And guys was telling, I heard stories about Jackson, bro. And guys was like, when you go to the store, dudes be walking around. They might have the razors. They might slit your bag, grab your stuff up and all type of crazy stuff. So I was already on 10 about my stuff. So boom, we going back to the dorm. Mind you, while we going back to the dorm, bro, the dorm looked the same like it looked at like when we first entered the dorm. It's people everywhere, bro. It's dudes in there. They just looking like this, like they lurking. You know what I'm saying? They literally lurking, looking at everybody's store bag. Mind you, you're carrying a net bag. This is a bag it's netted or whatever. You can see pretty much everything that's in there. So guys eyeing everything. Guys looking up there thirsty. You can see the robbers. You can see the guys who want to try to run game. All type of stuff, bro. Boom. Once we entered the dorm, whatever with your food or whatever, like I said, guys looking crazy at you. I just went to the room. I went to the room. Boom. Grabbed my toolie. I put it on me. I packed my stuff out. Boom. I had old dreads and stuff because I had got some stuff from dread. Like the first couple of days I was there, I ain't really had nothing. So boom, I brought them back to him. I came back, baby Ghost. I came back. He in there with all his Ghostface homeboys. They eating chips and cookies and all type of stuff. Yeah, they already on him, man. Eating all his stuff up. So anyways, bro, later on that evening, I was around there by dread. I seen Baby Ghost, he was around there because he always around there because some of the Ghostface, they stay on the same block back there. So he's like, man, something going on with Brandon back there, man. So I was like, what? So anyways, I was sitting there talking to Dred. I was like, man, let me walk around there and see. And me and Dred walk around there. When we walk back around there, bro, it's a whole bunch of like the A.B. dudes, bro. Like I said, his room was like 3 rooms up. A.B. dudes lined up. It was a whole bunch of Billy dudes over there. So I was like, man, what the hell going on? So I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together, bro. I see them going back and forth and talking. And some of the blood dudes, they already had tools out, bro. They had tools in hand. So I'm like, man, what the heck going on? So I'm there trying to listen. I go post up by my room. Me and Dre, we just post up like that. We talking, he looking. You see other blood dudes come up there. One of the time I heard one of the blood dudes, he like, man, look, man. This just Billy right here, man. Ain't nobody else right here, man. This just Billy. This Billy business right here, man. I don't want nobody else saying nothing because I think one of the other blood dudes that was affiliated with another set would try to tell him to calm down. And he was like, man, this Billy business right here, man. We don't need no other bloods, man. This Billy right here. And then I said they was pretty much deep, bro. Because this is the time that Billy was popping. Everybody that damn near was becoming blood was becoming Billy, bro. Especially all them dudes from Atlanta. It's a whole bunch of them down there, bro. And you had a couple A.B. white dudes. Now you had some Ghostface dudes. They were standing down there by the stairs. They pretty much kept their little distance. So I'm still trying to grasp the situation of what's going on. But when I look now, I see Brandon. He kind of like in the middle of the mix of everything. So I heard one of the blood dudes like, man, what's up, man? It's took. It's over with. What y'all gonna do? So I was like, damn, it's took. So I was like, man, what the heck going on, man? So I heard the white dude that had the lightning bolts in the back of his head, the A.B. dude, he was like, man, he ain't take nothing. It was like, man, he ain't take nothing. He was like, man, that man went to the store and left his stuff in the room and came around there to holler at us, and his roommate took it. And I was like, what? I was like, not NC, a.k.a. Blaze. Yeah, Blaze done took this man whole store bag, bro, while he left in the room and went to go holler at his folks. Now you know, as from being in chain gang, bro, and being in the county jail in those situations, I could pretty much tell that the rest of the Billy dudes had pretty much put him up to it, bro. He had just became blood. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was like a rite of passage or something that he had to do, but I know they was the one that put him up to it, because I knew him when he was NC, bro, like a week ago, leading up to whatever he became blood. I knew him as NC, and he didn't strike me as this type, bro. Him and this man been in the room the whole time. Mind you that we ain't go to the store. Brandon didn't have nothing like that. So they going back and forth like that. One of the Billy dudes, he like, man, shit, what's up, man? What y'all want to do? What y'all want to do? Big old, man, one dude had some big old rusty. I'm talking about this thing so rusty. I was like, man, I pray to God he don't hit nobody with that. He hit somebody with that demonic bacteria about to go in their blood system, bro. It's crazy. And you see dudes, all type of different type of shape tools. And the A.B. white dudes, they was strapped up too now. They was strapped up. But like I said, the Billies, they was deep, bro. They was deep. And when you look downstairs, you had bloods downstairs, bro. A whole bunch of bloods downstairs. And guess what the officer was? The officer down there sitting at his little what's-the-name like this, bro. Like he don't see nothing going on. So I was like, man, what the heck? This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Just how the movements and things that's going on. The officer should have seen that was something going on. But obviously he didn't care about the well-being of nobody in there, bro. Because he pretty much kind of turned his head to the whole situation. So the A.B. dude was like, man, listen, bro, this really messed up. He was like, man, look, let them shoot the one. You know what I'm saying? Let them go in there and shoot the one or whatever, bro, because this was disrespectful. The A.B. dude was like, look, bro, we don't F with y'all peoples, bro. We do our own thing, bro. And he was like, man, you know this the dude. We mess with him ever since he been here. We been having him like this. So the blood dude was like, he A.B. He A.B. He's like, nah, he on his walk to be A.B. though. So he pretty much is A.B. So the white dude was like, man, look, man, just let him go in there and shoot the one. You heard one of the Billy dudes. He like, man, ain't no ones, man. Ain't no ones. We ain't shooting no ones, man. Let us know what y'all want to do. We pour this shit out. We pour this shit out. That's all they kept saying and kept going. And the A.B'S, you could tell, like, they looking like, damn, why they trying us like that? So one of the Billy dudes, he was the main one that was egging everything on. He was telling NC, well, Blaze, he was like, say, Blaze. He's like, man, slap the hell out on, man. Slap the hell out on, because the whole time this was going on, mind you, I'm posted by my door like this. I'm looking over there, bro. Brandon stand up, his Blaze over there, but Brandon pretty much in front of the A.B'S. And he, like I said, he a little white dude, man. And see, he wasn't big at all anyways. They tell him to slap the dude. He pretty much looked scared, like he didn't want to do nothing. He walked up, so when he walked up, the A.B. was like, man, stand up. Don't let him hit you like that. Don't let him hit you like that. And Brandon trying to kind of like put his hands up, but NC just slapped the shit out of him. Fwah! So I was like, man, what the hell? So the A.B. dude like, man, what you gonna do? Hit him back. Hit him back. So Brandon was like, he's scared, bro. You see all these dudes on the other side, bro. They got knives out. All of them got knives out, bro. Some of them got 2 knives, bro. Some of them got 2 knives. So the A.B. dude like, man, hit him back. Hit him back. So Blaze, a.k.a. NC, or NC, a.k.a. Blaze, he's standing up there like, yeah, like he amped up now. Like he done gained him some energy. He kind of pumped up. So he ready to goddamn go on with the shenanigans that he been keeping up with the rest of these Billy dudes. So the Billy dude was like, man, what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Ain't no ones though, man. Ain't no ones. You see what just happened? You see what just happened? He just got the shit slapped out on him. Which one of y'all white boys want to get slapped again? So you had one of the A.B. dudes. He was like, man, ain't too much slapping gonna go on, man. Ain't too much slapping gonna go on now. I know y'all got a lot. It's a lot of y'all, but we ain't going down like that. So you had the main A.B. dude. He was like, man, as a matter of fact, man, this man ain't even trying to stand up for himself. And I was like, damn, when he said that, I was like, I know he ain't finna try to leave this man out there in the water. And he told the rest of the dudes, like, man, he ain't trying to stand up, so we ain't gonna stand up with him. He just let this dude slap the heck out of him. Mind you, they looking at it like he has somebody behind him, which is them. But mind you, Brandon probably looking at it like, look at all these dudes out here with tools. Mind you, you got tools too, but these dudes got heavy artillery over there, man. Brandon was looking scared, bro, scared for his life. So the A.B'S was like, as a matter of fact, man, we good. We through with you. And they turned around and walked off, bro, leaving Brandon right there, bro. I was like, man, what the heck? So you know pretty much what he was now. He pretty much fish food, bro. He free game. He ain't got nobody standing up with him again. He ain't got nobody kind of lean on for no type of protection or nobody kind of look out for him, bro. And it's kind of crazy because as soon as this dude NC became Blaze, became Blood, became Billy, that's when he decided he wanted to take this man food, even though it was the first store call. He didn't actually take it, bro. He stole it. That's the only thing I didn't respect about the game, bro. I didn't respect it, bro. If you going in there talking about, go ahead in there and take it. Don't steal it. I respect you more if you take it, even though that is still wrong, bro. But I'm just trying to show y'all how some people have it in chain gang, bro. This man wanted to join the A.B'S, bro. They were kind of standing up with him until he got slapped and he didn't want to stand up for himself. They walked off and left him, bro. They walked off and left him. And you know what happened next? Bro, these folks threw this man's stuff all over the range, bro. All over the range. The same little Billy dude, he's like, man, put that nigga shit out, man. Put him on the door. Boom. They threw his shit all the way over, bro. Throwing everything, bro. Cup, his little spork, his little toothbrush, all that shit. They just threw over the range, bro. The officer down there, that's when he started looking. He's like, man, what's going on? What's going on up there? And all Brandon could have did was he walked past, bro. He had no choice but to go hit that door, bro. That's all. When he walking past, he just had his head down like that. I was like, damn. I was telling Dre, Dre was like, yeah, bro, that's how it is. He's like, boy, you got to learn how to stand up for yourself at some point in time, bro. That man walked downstairs, bro, and walked over to where the officer was, bro. Officer talked to him for a second. He just opened it, boom. You know what I'm saying? They threw his stuff all out to the door, bro. And I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. That was crazy, bro. These folks goddamn left him out there, bro. He thought he had somebody behind him. But that's what a lot of these dudes do, bro. This man was roommates, bro. This man, NC, he came in with us. He wasn't, bro, NC wasn't doing none of that. He don't even look that type of person, bro. But as soon as he became Billy, bro, that's when he was going at it. He was just like, took that man's stuff, really stole it, bro. So I was telling Baby Ghost, that boy Carl, I was telling later on that even was in the room. I was like, damn, that's messed up, man. He was like, yeah, man, that's messed up, man. I feel like they should have rolled for him a little bit more. And I was asking him, I was like, you think if that incident had done happened to you while you wasn't an official Ghostface, what you think you would have did? He was like, man, I would have tried to slap them back. I would have slapped them back. And I was trying to explain to him, like, bro, if you see all these knives on the other side, mind you, you got some people behind you. But if you see these knives on the other side and see all these young dudes wild, ready to just taste some blood or something like that, he probably would have made the same decision, bro. He's like, nah, bro. If I knew I got my brothers behind me. I said, there you go, to your brothers. I said, listen, man, let me tell you something, bro. All this right here, you joining something, doing this and doing that, it ain't always going to be peaches and cream for you, man. And he's like, I know, but I would have stood up. Brandon kind of went out bad. I was like, man, Brandon probably took the safe route out. He probably took the safe route out, bro. Guess what? Because he didn't become A.B. and he kind of got out this hostile environment, bro. So he probably was saved. He probably was saved, bro, because if he had done messed around and tried to slap this dude Blaze back, bro, these folks probably would have popped on y'all and would have poured y'all out. I mean, all y'all white dudes, I was telling him. I said, even the ghost faces, y'all was standing way back there, but you know, it would have became like a race war, bro. And being in there at that time, bro, all these little young dudes, Bloods, Crips, GDs, all of them, bro, they just had a taste for blood, bro. They violent. So they would have seized the opportunity just to go at all y'all white dudes. He was like, you felt like it would have went like that? I said, yes. What you think? It definitely would have went like that. And he was like, man, that's crazy, man. I said, yeah, it is crazy, bro. But that's just to show y'all, man, sometimes, man, you get in a situation like that, man, you got to be careful of the decisions that you make, bro. Be careful of the decisions that you make. To be honest with you, Brandon, he ain't really doing nothing wrong, bro. He probably was going to be fish food anyways. They was just waiting for him to go to that store call. They knew he was messing with the A.B'S, and they still buck. They still buck on him, bro. They still buck on him. And because they had numbers, they kind of pressured these folks, bro. It really was a crazy situation, bro. I really didn't agree with it at all, but you know, that's prison, bro. It's always some stuff going on that you don't agree with, or some stuff that is out of your control, bro. That's why the best thing is to do is just to leave all situation that could get you jammed up, bro, and get you sent to the Georgia Department of Corrections. Leave it all alone. But I appreciate y'all checking out the story, man. A lot of love, man. A lot of respect, man.